Hello, my name is David. I'm the literacy educator at the Carle Museum of Picture Book Art. Thank you so much for joining Storytime with the Carle, our weekly read aloud series. Before we start today's book, raise your hand if you've ever heard of a little egg named Humpty Dumpty. Yeah, they're pretty famous, right? And if you've heard of Humpty Dumpty, you probably know this really famous nursery rhyme about them. Feel free to say it with me. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again. Poor Humpty. I think that's a pretty sad ending. And I've always wondered, is that really the end of the story? Is that it? What happens next? Well, today we're going to find out as we read After the Fall, How Humpty Dumpty Got Back Up Again by Dan Santat. Big thanks to Dan and Roaring Brook Press and Macmillan Books for giving us permission to share this awesome book with you today. On the cover, what do we see? There's Humpty sitting on top of the wall, enjoying a beautiful day, looking at all those birds. They've got their binoculars out. After the Fall by Dan Santat. Oh, what do we see happening on our title page? Oh, it looks like Humpty is losing their balance. After the Fall, a story by Dan Santat. My name is Humpty Dumpty. This was my favorite spot, high up on the wall. I know, it's an odd place for an egg to be, but I loved being close to the birds. Well, we can see a bluebird perched up top on the wall, but I don't see Humpty. What happened to Humpty? One day, I fell. I'm sort of famous for that part. Folks called it the Great Fall, which sounds a little grand. It was just an accident, but it changed my life. You can see their binoculars falling. There we see Humpty leaving the hospital. Fortunately, all the king's men managed to put me back together. Got all those bandages. Well, most of me. There were parts that couldn't be healed with bandages and glue. We see Humpty lying on the floor. Why do you think Humpty is sleeping on the floor instead of in their bed? Maybe because the bed is high up. After that day, I became afraid of heights. I was so scared that it kept me from enjoying some of my favorite things. What can't Humpty enjoy? They really want some of these yummy cereals on the top shelf, like Choco Duck and Bolo cookies and Rainbow Bites, but they're so high up, you would need to climb this ladder. Instead of climbing the ladder, Humpty's decided they're going to choose from the cereal at the bottom with names like Bow Rings and Grown Up Food and Bland. I walked past the wall every day, and I would think about climbing that ladder again. I really missed the birds and being high above the city, but I could never do it because I know that accidents can happen. I eventually settled for watching the birds from the ground. It wasn't the same, but it was better than nothing. And then one day, an idea flew by. What does Humpty see in the sky with their binoculars? What is that? I wonder what their idea is. Oh, look. Humpty's got all of their materials out. Paper and scissors and glue and tape. What are they making? Making planes was harder than I thought. It was easy to get cuts and scratches. Oh no. Humpty got a paper cut. Ouch. But day after day, I kept trying and trying. Oh, Humpty's working so hard on their plane, they fell asleep. Until I got it just right. Wow, look at that amazing paper plane they made. What does it look like? A bird. A big, beautiful golden bird. My plane was perfect, and it flew like nothing could stop it. I hadn't felt that happy in a long time. It wasn't the same as being up in the sky with the birds, but it was close enough. Unfortunately, accidents happen. They always do. What happened? Where do you think Humpty's plane is going? Oh, look. Their plane landed on top of the great big wall. I almost walked away again. But then I thought about all the time I'd spent working on my plane and all the other things I'd missed. I decided I was going to climb that wall. There goes Humpty climbing up the ladder. Can you pretend to climb up too? Higher, higher, and higher. But the higher I got, the more nervous I felt. I didn't want to admit it. I was terrified. What does terrified mean? Really scared. Do you ever feel really scared? Maybe sometimes when you're super high up? I know I do. What do you think Humpty is going to do? Let's see. I didn't look up. I didn't look down. I just kept climbing, one step at a time. And keep climbing, keep climbing. Not looking up, not looking down, just keep climbing. Keep going, Humpty. Until I was no longer afraid. Where's Humpty? They made it to the top of the wall. How do you think they feel now? Yeah, happy and proud. Maybe now you won't think of me as that egg who was famous for falling. Maybe you'll remember me as the egg who got back up. What's happening to Humpty Dumpty? Yeah, look. Their shell is starting to crack. What do you think is going to come out? What do we see? Big wings. Big, beautiful, golden wings. Now what's happening? Yeah, Humpty Dumpty has shed their clothes and their shell, and they've turned into a great, big, beautiful golden bird. They stretched their wings and learned how to fly. Can you stretch your wings out like big, brave, strong birds and fly high, high, high? Nice. And on our end papers, if we look closely, we can see Humpty Dumpty, that golden bird flying to meet those blue birds way high up in the sky. And there's a picture of Dan Santat, who made the words and pictures for this book. Thanks, Dan. There's a picture of Dan when he was a little kid, just like some of you. I love this book. I hope you liked it too. One of the things I love about this book is how playfully it teaches its lesson, right? That accidents happen, and sometimes that can be really difficult and really scary, right? But that we can also learn to overcome our fears and get back up and become even stronger, right? After the Fall is one of many books currently featured in the Carle's book exhibition, Little Books, Big Feelings, and to explore more books that can help young readers identify and manage emotions, navigate relationships, and cope with difficult situations, you can explore the full book list at the link included in the event description. On behalf of everyone at the Carle, thank you so much for joining us today and sharing your stories. We hope that you'll join us next time. In the meantime, take care, keep getting back up and flying high. Bye.